guys, welcome back to Behind the Bricks with me, Taufik Effendi. This time, we're in the Jakarta area and we're going to explore a house designed by PSA Studio called Rumah Guntur. And just like the name of our show, Behind the Bricks, we're going to see what's behind these red bricks. Because if we look at the facade of the house, guys, it's really dominated by the red color of the bricks. Then there are also accents of black from the fence. The lot is 50 meters wide at the front. It extends 20 meters to the back. So the total land area is 300 square meters, guys. From the house itself, what stands out from the facade is its slanted shape. We can see this from the drone footage here, I'll show you. So the building itself has a slanted shape. Even at the very front, up to the fence, there's also a slope like this. What does that mean? We'll dig into it later, why it was made slanted like that. But for now, let's just go inside and see what the house is like. Because I'm sure you guys are curious and want to see it. Let's go! Okay, now we are inside the house, guys. Right now we are in the carport area. Usually when I talk about carports, I have to explain how many cars can fit here. You can see it right away here. For the carport area itself, it can fit 2 cars and there are 2 motorcycles here as well. There's still space for us to walk around, so it's still possible. And we go straight to the staircase area over here. There are also gardens on both the right and left sides. Over here, there's a small garden area, and on this side, it's a bit bigger. The 50-meter width isn't all used for the building, but there's a lot of open space like this. Then over here, there's a storage room and a utility room, guys. So for laundry, drying clothes, and the maid's room, they're all on this side too. Let's continue and move closer to the inner area. And here, you can see it, guys. Outside, the dominant materials were brick and perforated iron, right? Inside, you can still see that too. Here it is. The perforated metal is intentionally set at an angle. So it's not just the building's brick facade that's slanted, but even the perforated metal was set at an angle by the architect. And we can also see the slant of the house's facade more clearly. See, earlier you might have seen it from the drone, now we can take a closer look. So what makes it slanted is the way the bricks are laid. So they were really told to arrange it in such a way that the building's facade could be slanted. And it ends up looking really great. Plus, the irregularity of the bricks actually makes it even more interesting, especially with the character that develops over time. So the facade looks really great. Now let's move over here. Okay, there are still more steps. There's still another staircase. And here, there's an empty room. So if you pay attention, from the 15-meter width, half of it is actually used for open space. There was a large garden earlier. And over here, there's still an open semi-outdoor area. This one can be used as an event space. It's a multifunctional room. Maybe if a family comes over and gathers, or if there's a religious study event, or any event at home, this can be used as a gathering place. And this area is definitely covered so you won't get rain on. As you can see all around here, they are still using red brick material. So it's not just in the front, not just on the building's facade, but it surrounds all of this with red brick. And if you look, do you know why it's made in steps like that? Because that's how the architect designed it. It was intentionally made for storage. So later we'll see inside the house, there are a lot of rooms used for storage, but you can't see them, like you wouldn't know it's storage. For example, this one. It's purposely made in steps because underneath, as you can see, it's covered with perforated metal. This is used as storage for keeping shoes or maybe other things as well. So the area under these steps can be utilized. Makes you even more curious, right? Want to see what the inside of the house looks like? Let's go in. Okay guys, now we are inside the house. To enter, there's a sliding glass door like this, and as you can see, it slopes down a bit. This is the living and dining area. So earlier, from the front, we went up a bit. Now, as we enter, it goes down a little, like this, right? So the use here is still the same as outside earlier. It's intentionally made stepped and elevated like this because the space underneath is used for storage. So this also becomes a storage space, guys. See, right? So this is just one spot and there are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are already 6 storage spaces. So there are a lot of places to store things in this house. And here is the living and dining area. You can see it, right? This is an open plan, so everything is connected. But it doesn't feel cramped in my opinion. That's because it's integrated with the outdoor area. From here, we can directly see the semi-outdoor area. On my right side, it's spacious, right? And on my left side too. We can see there's a dry garden here with stones and some plants as well. And if both sides of these doors are open, the air circulation comes in, so cross ventilation happens. So people inside here will feel comfortable too. It's not hot, it stays cool, right? The air feels cool and the light still comes in, right? And it's also nice to look at. The combination of green and brick looks really great for sure. So this is the TV area, the living area. Over here, you can see this is the dining area, guys. There's a dining table with 4 seats, and here there's built-in furniture, a place to put the water dispenser, refrigerator, and various other things. And what's interesting here is that it's made with an opening like this. Right inside there is the kitchen. So for example, when you're preparing food, once the cooking is done, you just put it here, and whoever wants to eat can just take it from here. So the flow from the kitchen to the dining room doesn't have to go through the door, but you can take a shortcut through here. And now let's take a look at the kitchen. Ta-da! Here's the kitchen. There's only one kitchen in this house, so there's no separate dirty kitchen or clean kitchen. It's all just one kitchen. And here is the kitchen, guys. And because this place is really used for cooking, it's really used for preparing food and all that. So since the kitchen is already inside the house, to prevent the house from getting smoky or smelly, they put a window right here. It's long, not too tall, but it's a long shape with louvered glass. So all the cooking, smoke, and everything can go straight out from here. And here, there's a door leading to the surface area, the maid's room, laundry room, drying area, and so on. The access is through here. And it's still bright here. There's still plenty of openings. Because over there, you can see there's also an opening. It's a fixed glass window. So light also comes in from various sides. So maybe up until now, we've only been walking around this one room. You can see the built-in furniture is mostly gray with some brown as well. The built-in furniture is finished with HPL from Taco. All of this is from Taco, guys. So throughout this video, if you see gray or brown colors like this, they're all from Taco. And we can also see, like earlier in the kitchen, there's a lot of storage. Here too, there's plenty of space to store things, right? There's storage there too, storage. So in this whole house, you really won't have any trouble finding storage space because they have already provided plenty of storage. You can see it over here too. This is the place to put the TV. This is actually the area under the stairs, my friend. So behind here are the stairs. The area under the stairs is closed off with built-in furniture like this. And so the space is used for storage, including for placing the TV, books, and other things over here. And we're gonna move on to the next area. We'll go up a little bit more. But yes, I also forgot to explain earlier. Actually, this isn't the living room that's located downstairs. No, this is actually on the same level as the semi-outdoor area from earlier, guys. But why does it feel like it's lower? That's because, as I mentioned earlier, it's made in steps, so the lower part can be used as storage. Alright, now let's take a look at the first room, which is on the first floor. This is the guest room. If there are guests, this can be used as a place for them to stay overnight. But if there are no guests, you could say this becomes a prayer room, like a mini prayer room. There's a chair placed here. Then we can also see that there are still brown and gray colors from this HPL on the wall. Then right here, there's a very large window that directly overlooks the garden. So anyone staying here or praying here can enjoy the view. You still get the view. And this room is also equipped with a bathroom that guests can use. So when you visit, there's already a bathroom here. It's a full bathroom. This isn't just a powder room, so it already has a shower and everything. There's also a toilet, so guests can really use it to take a shower as well. Okay, it looks like we've explored all the rooms on the first floor. Now I want to take you up to the second floor. Let's go. Okay, now we are at the staircase area. This is what I mentioned earlier, that on the first floor, there actually aren't any walls at all. Because, well, that's what I said earlier. Now, this is the wall on my right side. The wall here is made of plywood with an HPL finish. It's also from Taco. Downstairs, that wall double as the storage and TV wall. So this is how it turns out. Then on my left side, there's plywood here too. This is actually the wall of the guest room from earlier. So the guest room actually doesn't use a regular wall either. So the walls use this plywood and the stairs are made of plywood too. The stairs are made with 2 layers to make them stronger. So this is the material you'll see a lot in Rumah Guntur. Now let's go up to the second floor. So on the second floor, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. There's the master bedroom, 2 kids' rooms, and a workspace. Let's explore the master bedroom first. Come on. This is the master bedroom, guys. As you can see, the walls here are still made of brick. So these bricks aren't just for the front facade, not just for the building's facade. But even inside, even in the bedroom, the walls are made of brick as well. And what's interesting is that the bricks look beautiful with their irregularities. So it's aesthetically pleasing and nice to look at. There are also a lot of openings here. And if we look here, earlier from the front, from the facade, we saw that the building has a slanted shape, right? The facade is slanted. Well, one of the things that makes it slanted is that perforated metal. This is what it looks like from the inside. And the architect intentionally made the windows set back a bit so that light can come in and air circulation still works. But the heat doesn't get too intense, so the light comes in just enough, not too harsh. That's why the windows are set back a bit, like this. And on the outside, the second skin is made of perforated metal. So here is the bedroom. The materials here still mostly use HPL, and then there's the brown one. Basically, throughout this video, if you see brown and gray in the middle, all of them use the same material, guys. Here is the bed. Then over here, there's also a glass door in the same louvered style. But this one can be open, and if you go outside, you'll immediately find the outdoor area, the balcony, a place to sit and relax. The balcony area is quite big with pebble stone flooring, and it has a direct outside view. So you can get a nice view and relax. Over here is the walk-in closet. There's also a dressing table there. You can store all your clothes on this side. All the materials still use grey HPL from Tako Bruan. And now let's go to the bathroom. Even inside the bathroom, the atmosphere is still consistent, guys. The color combination is still the same. From light brown to grey, including in this bathroom as well. For the bathroom, there's an area that can be used for storage as well. Then there's also an opening with a louvered window, but you still have privacy from the outside, because it's covered with perforated metal over there. Also, the position of the window is set back a bit, and it's already covered with this curtain. So when you take a shower, you still can't be seen from outside. It's still safe. Okay, we've explored the master bedroom area. Let's move on to the next room. Now, I want to show you the hallway area leading to the children's bedroom, as well as the workspace and the children's bathroom. But before that, when you come out of the room, there's a small opening right here. So light comes in when you go up the stairs. That's why the stair area is bright, because it's illuminated by this opening right here. And here is the hallway area. It's quite long. Along this hallway, everything is storage. So you can see here this grey door. It's also made from HPL as well. All of this is storage from end to end. So the architect didn't make the wall solid, guys. Instead, it's split like this, kind of divided in two. So the upper part is storage and the lower part is also storage. And the middle part is given an opening that's not too tall, but stretches out with glass louvers like this. So air can still flow through. And the good thing about glass louvers like this is even when they are closed, no matter how tightly you close them, there will still be some airflow coming in, so it won't be completely sealed off from the outside. So along this hallway is a storage all the way to the end over there. And did you notice, guys, in this house, you can't see the lights. So usually in a house, you see the lights, right? They stick out, there are light bulbs and all that, you can see them. But in this house, all the lights are hidden, including here on the second floor. The lights are hidden right here. Here. right here. So we won't see the light fixtures themselves, but we'll still get the light from them. And this uses a long LED light from end to end. So it's still bright, especially at night in this hallway area. Now next, we're going to the work area. This is the homeowner's workspace. So this is where the owner works. Both the father and mother can work here. The child can also study here. It can also be used as a study room, and it's well lit from various sides because there are openings everywhere. Now that side over there has an opening that directly faces this area here. The garden area from earlier, the one below from the semi-outdoor area. So from here you can directly view the garden below. Then in that area over there, there's also an opening, a window that faces a different side. And there's also an opening that faces the hallway from earlier, the one leading into the house. So you can get light from anywhere. And there's still air circulation if you open all of this. So there's still cross ventilation from inside to outside the house. This workspace is really nice. Let's check out the other rooms. Even the door is a glass door with a louvered design like this. So if you open all of this, the cross ventilation is really great. Okay. Now let's move on to the next room. You can also see here that there's still an opening stretching all the way over there with glass louvers. So the air keeps coming in. And here is the bathroom. This is the kids' bathroom shared by the two children in this house. The bathroom is long shaped like this, guys. The atmosphere is still the same with gray and light brown colors. And then we can also see that it's similar to the bathroom in the master bedroom earlier. There's a space set aside for storage. So you can put a lot of stuff there, even though in the end only a little gets used. But if you want to put all kinds of things, you can put them here. There's also an opening with louvered glass that can be opened, so there's air circulation coming in. It's the same as the one earlier in the master bedroom. The window is set a bit further inside, right? Maybe one reason is for privacy, since this is a bathroom. And the second reason is so that the sunlight coming in isn't too harsh. And there's still perforated metal on the outside. It's also slanted, just like the one in the master bedroom earlier. From outside the house, it becomes an accent. From the inside, what's it for? To block the view for privacy. Here is the bathroom. And now let's check the two kids' rooms. There are two kids' rooms here. Let's take a look at the first one. Why do we have to look at both of them? Because I want to show you something later. So here's the kids' room. It's made with steps, just like the one downstairs, my friend. See, we can see it's made with steps too. What's the purpose of that? The purpose is still to provide storage underneath. So you open it from that side, there are drawers, you can store things here, and there's also a window, same as before. The window is also the jalousie type. And then the window is also set back from the outside. The outside part has a second skin made of perforated metal as well. And the wall stays the same. Actually, you could say the materials in this house are pretty uniform. From the outside to the inside, there isn't too much variety. That's it. But that's what makes the house look nice because of that uniformity. Okay, this is the first child's bedroom. Yes, this is what I want to explain. So these are the two children's bedrooms. Earlier, I had a brief chat with the architect. We'll talk more about it later with Aryo. This isn't a wall either. It's the same as the one downstairs. This wall or this partition, it uses HPL. Now, this is made curved like this, guys, in this room, yeah? The curved part is used as storage for putting books and all sorts of things. Later, in the next room, is the opposite. The curve is here and here. Let's take a look in the next room. Now, this is the second child's room. Let me turn on the light first. Okay, there you go. Actually, the layout is similar to the previous one. There are also steps here. The space underneath is used for storage. You open it from over there. Then there's also a kind of shelf. You can put things there. You can also study there if you want. You can even look outside while you're at it. And the windows are the same too, by using louvered glass, louvered windows. The windows are also set back the same way. The walls here also use bricks. Here it is, like the one next door. The curve is in the middle, and the bedroom's over there. Now the curve is on the left and right because this is the opposite of that room earlier. Another difference is this room also has an opening on the other side. there's an opening like this. So this is in line with the one from earlier, right? Yeah, that's right. It's in line with the hallway from earlier, the same. So this is just like the one outside earlier. There's a wall that's split a bit in the middle, and that becomes an elongated opening using glass louvers. So the room gets airflow from both sides. For this room, yeah, from this side and the other side over there. Okay, I think that's everything. I've explored this house. I think it would be better if we talk directly with Aryo from PSA Studio. So keep watching until the end if you want to know more details about Rumah Guntur. Okay?
Yes, the land area is 15 meters wide and 20 meters long, about 200 to 300 square meters, with a building area of about 185 square meters for 2 floors. The land is quite large, 300 square meters. The owner only wants to use half of it, so it's a house with a fairly large open area. Of course, that concept comes from, among other things, the owner's request. So, because he really doesn't want all the land to be used for buildings, he wants a large open space. Of course, we have to be careful in determining the size of each room, so we design the rooms to be as effective and efficient as possible, so that the space needed by the owner is provided. Everything can be accommodated, even with a plot that isn't too large. Then, for the other concept, the use of bricks was also discussed with the owner. So the owner wanted a material that isn't common, not something that's usually used. Even though bricks are actually a material that's commonly used. But if you see for yourself, Mas Taufik, almost the entire building uses bricks. So we then interpreted the bricks not just as a surface layer. So the bricks are not just attached to the wall, but actually what we're trying to show is that the bricks themselves are actually the wall, not just need any additional finishing. So the aesthetics of the house come from the natural appearance of the bricks themselves. After we understood how the owner and his family interact in their home, we came up with the idea to maximize storage space. So if you notice earlier, Mas Taufik, in every corner of this room, there are many areas used for storage. So the function is to store items that are actually needed but don't need to be visible. So when those items aren't needed, they can be stored neatly. But when you do need them, you can easily take them because they are already organized. We in the studio always try to find methods for how a building can respond well to the weather. After we studied the case of Rumah Guntur, the reason we use slanted walls was as our response to the weather. So the slanted wall actually serves as a barrier against excessive sunlight and rain by recessing the openings. So the wall, when there's a gap between the slanted wall and the window, it creates a shadow effect that can reduce the heat of the sunlight entering the room. Of course, when it comes to using materials, we had a lot of discussions with the owner about how, starting from the bricks, it then developed into the floor covering, like in the front area where we just used plain cement flooring without any additional finishing. Specifically for the interior spaces, we use a lot of plywood. Plywood is finished with a layer of HPL. The function is to make the interior space easier to clean in terms of maintenance. Yes, it started from our idea to make the space as efficient as possible and to make use of the area limitations that the owner is allowed to build on. So if we make too many walls inside the room, a lot of partitions, that space gets wasted. Those walls won't be used for anything. They are just room dividers, about 15 centimeters each. If you multiply that by the number of walls, the space is gone, while our room is already limited. Well, in Rumah Guntur, the room dividers are actually the furniture itself. So if we look at the TV room, the TV rack and the TV table, behind them there's actually no wall. Instead, there's a staircase made of plywood covered with HPL. Now we can use the space under the stairs for the TV, and then on the other side, the back side, it can be used as storage space in the guest room. It's the same in the children's room. The children's room actually doesn't have partitions. It's only separated. There are no partitions in the form of solid brick walls. So it's really just a plywood panel that we covered with HPL. So we made that partition as efficient as possible, so it can be used as storage or a place to put things. Why bricks? We believe that things related to nature, even if they are machine-made, have value. But when it's produced naturally, it has a natural character that we find interesting to apply because of its natural value. Everything is unpredictable, nothing is symmetrical, and nothing is perfect. So when it's installed, nature actually has its own dialogue with the environment where it's placed. So when we see it outdoors, it gets rained on, the color can change. Then when it gets wet and dry again, moss starts to grow on it. There's an opportunity, a chance for new life on the material we install. So if you look at it as a whole, the asymmetry, the irregularity, then the surfaces aren't equally smooth, then there are some places where moss grows and then they are overgrown by those plants. In our opinion, the beauty of a building comes from materials like that. Of course, there are challenges in making slanted walls. The front wall, the facade, as you saw earlier, is slanted. So how do you make a wall that's not upright like that? So we set it at a certain angle. We have to make a concrete cast so that the wall can turn out the way we want. Then the design process took about 3 to 4 months. For the civil work, the construction took about 1 year, but with the addition of landscape and interior work, it took about 1.5 years. The budget for 2022 per square meter was, if I'm not mistaken, around 5.5 million rupiah to 6 million, I think. Vesta Studio has an Instagram account under the name PSA Studio 198.